So what went through your mind when you read the headline? It would have been something like, here we go again, another scam, or this looks interesting, I might check it out. Hey everyone, Gerald Pauschmann here, founder of The Point TV. So I guess today's tutorial is more of a spoiler alert for some of you good people, and I want you to be objective when it comes to parting with your hard-earned cash. So I'm in two minds about this story, and I'm not sure whether I should feel sorry for this woman or actually congratulate her on taking the plunge to being an independent woman. I mean, she's an adult, she doesn't suffer from a mental illness, and she is hardworking. So this week I was looking at another one of those sponsored social media posts. You know the one. Learn the secrets of building your tribe while earning a 7-figure salary. Have you already got an icky taste in your mouth? I mean, I can see it. Some of you can see it. Most of us see it. But I guess no one seems to want to call them out on this unregulated industry. So I thought I'd do some research, and I want to introduce you to Sharon Bedson, who's 52, once had it all. A 6-figure salary in the corporate world. She had investment properties and was travelling the world for business. She lost a lot and now lives in transitional crisis housing with 9 other women. So I want you to do yourself a favour, open up your mind and watch this segment from an episode of SBS's Insight program with Jenny Brocky. And I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Sharon, you're 52. Where are you living?
I'm living in transitional housing right now.
Mm-hmm. And what does that involve? How many people are you living with?
I'm living with 9 other women in a house, and that's very different to where I've come from.
Where have you come from? What sort of life did you have before?
I've come from a corporate background, earning 6 figures, travelling the world for business, having a corporate credit card, having a gold access to the Qantas Club Lounge. That was my world.
So how did your life change then so dramatically?
My life changed a year ago. So prior to that, I'd taken a sabbatical, and I went through the death of both my parents. I was with both of them when they took their last breath, and I'm an only child, so I have no family. So I was working abroad last year, and something happened on the ship I was working on, and I was sent home within 24 hours. So they flew me back here, and that's what started my homeless journey a year ago. I was put into crisis accommodation.
What was the job that you had on the ship?
I was a port and shopping guide. So I got up and spoke about shopping in the ports of Gaul throughout the Caribbean to 1,000 people.
So you'd lost your job at
I
this
lost my
point?
job,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Let's have a look at where you're living at the moment.
Sure.
In transitional housing.
I live in a house that has 10 bedrooms. I have one of those bedrooms. It's quite large, it's my sanctuary. My whole world is in this room, and probably under the bed as well. I know it's not great feng shui, but there's quite a bit under the bed too. Majority of my clothing is from Dress for Success. Vinnies have helped me, Cat's Closet down in Woolloomooloo. I'm an avid reader, so lots of books. I haven't paid for any of the books. They've all been given to me. Mirror here, got that on the street, just outside. Neighbour was giving it away. You know, I have the same challenges every single day. The state of the bathroom when I wake up, or is my food going to still be on my shelf? You know, that's normal in this type of living situation. But as you can hear, I've got my little birdies there that, you know, come and greet me every day. And they're like my family. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed to be living here.
Now, you sound pretty cheerful about living in that transitional housing. Does that suit you at the moment?
Would I want to be there? No, of course not, Jenny. You know, I'm an only child. I've always lived on my own, so I would want to have my own accommodation. But right now, I'm making the best of the situation that I'm dealt. I started work last week, but prior to that, I have something called otosclerosis. I'm lip reading, most people here this evening. So I have 20% hearing in my right ear, and my left ear is pretty bad as well. So I've got a job, then after 3 months, I lose the job. I get a job, after 3 months, I lose the job. So nothing has been verbalised, whether it's about my hearing or whether I'm just not the right fit. But I seem to get over that probation period and I've been let go.
And given that you were earning the kind of money that you're talking about that you used to earn, I mean, what happened to all of that?
So I took 2 years off. I paid for my sabbatical. And I guess starting a job, losing a job, paying expensive rent in Melbourne, the money goes. I mean, I haven't tried to maintain this 100,000 or six-figure lifestyle while I haven't been working. You know, everything changes. You have to change. I did join Tony Robbins, which, you know, in hindsight, I still don't have any regrets about that. It was $65,000 to join it.
$65,000. And you had that kind of money?
Absolutely.
Because you'd inherited it from your parents when you...
I received some inheritance. I sold an apartment. But in my mind, it was like, I'll get another job. I'll have that base salary of $80,000 again. I'll have, you know, $70,000 commission in a year.
Why did you do that? Why did you spend $65,000 on a motivational speaker?
One of the big reasons for me, Jenny, is not having a family. Not that Tony and Sage took the place of my family, but it felt like a community, a really strong, I guess, you know, we're known as family. You know, when you're a platinum partner, you know, travel with Tony and Sage throughout the world, and everyone that's part of that is like family. They're like brothers and sisters.
At your sort of peak financially, how much money did you have sitting behind you?
I would say $370,000.
And how long ago was that?
That was in 2010.
And where did all that money go apart from $65,000 to Tony Robbins?
Oh, well, sorry, I should say, you spend $65,000 to become a platinum partner, but then you have to pay for the trips. I know everyone's shaking their head in the audience.
And I mean, I'm sort of lost for words, really. What did you do that for?
Well, I guess this was part of my sabbatical, so I wasn't thinking at all. You know, it was like I've never had maternity leave. I felt like this time was mine, you know, and I deserved it.
So you took 2 years off?
Absolutely, and I have no regrets about that whatsoever. I can't think backwards. I have to think forwards. I just can't.
And what does forwards look like for you at the moment?
I'm working right now, so for me, the future is a lot better than it was 6 months ago, than it was 6 weeks ago.
So it sounds like to me that Sharon certainly went through some tragic circumstances in her life, and many of you would have felt for her. I did say in the beginning that she didn't strike me as having a mental illness, and she wasn't dragged kicking and screaming to pay upwards of $65,000 to be part of a community or to gain some valuable personal development. These were her choices, and at the time, that was the place she was at, and she certainly did have the money. By the sounds of it, Sharon doesn't regret a single moment. She isn't feeling sorry for herself, or she isn't even seeking compensation. As far as I'm concerned, it's her life, and she can do with her money what she wishes, and it's not up to us to judge her motives or to lay blame on the people who processed her credit card payment. I do hear people say that this is nothing more than a sham. What I see is a product that fills a need, whether it's a business, emotional or monetary need. And there are consumers who want to buy this product. So let's just be clear that I have no problems with people changing course, teaching things that they are good at, starting up an authentic business. And I love a good rags to riches story when it's authentic. But when someone is saying that they are rocking it in business, and check out my view from my penthouse apartment, and then later reveal that they weren't actually rocking it by saying, hey, I was broke and now I'm earning 7 figures, simply by showing other people how they can earn 7 figures too. Of course, I know some really good business coaches who actually grew a business that has been more and more profitable every year, with no bouts of hitting rock bottom and no bouts of insane leaps of income, just slow and steady building. No books, no hype, no dancing on chairs, no Queen music, just authentic coaching. I see people falling into the glamour of it all, how easy it must be to make a shit ton of money overnight because, hey look, she did it and she's just like me. My hesitation when I hear of people paying for these coaches is that they are buying into a good marketing story rather than someone with skill, integrity and know-how. Personally, I am wary to say the least. We have all seen this pyramid scheme style shit, and some coaches out there even teach this crap. They turn health coaches, life coaches, yoga teachers, you name it, into business coaches on purpose because the only model they know is to help people make money by helping people make money. All of this is just to say that we need to do our research before we hire a coach or a mentor. At the end of the day, you get to choose who you give your money to, and if you can get results, that's really what matters. But be wary of the I was broke and now I'm suddenly rich and I'll show you how kind of coaches. Some are legit, some have inspiring stories, and some, well, are not. So do you agree with me? If you are one of those authentic coaches who are really intent on coaching for results, let's have a chat. I'll give you 7 minutes on the Point TV here with me. For the rest of you, we're on to you.